Right, hello everybody and welcome to an impressions video on Dark Souls Remastered. I have Chris with me. How are you doing, dude?
I'm very well. How are you?
I am just as good as, you know, just like 30 seconds ago prior to starting the video. But thank you kindly for asking. We're gonna... This is, you know, there's no script here. We're just gonna be talking about our impressions about the game. You've played way more than I have.
I may have.
Straight away, give me your, like, general feelings about it.
I mean, it definitely runs a lot better.
I mean, that's not much of a bar, though, is it?
Yeah, it runs.
The real benchmark is Blighttown, and you get there and it's 60 FPS. And
yeah,
you just, it kind of takes you a moment to internalize that that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably get to Blighttown.
Yeah.
Quite quickly. Yeah, they've brushed up a lot of like the nice effects. So the souls, they've put a lot of new shiny stuff. All the flames look a lot nicer.
Do they?
Yeah. So
okay.
if you look at the fires, they've actually animated the fire. They've animated the trees. So if you stand still, look, see, all the trees are moving on the floor.
Okay. So forgive us if we go into tangents, or because this is all live gameplay and live commentary. We have, like I said, we have no script. Didn't write an essay in preparation for this, and the boss got me against the corner straight away. We'll try to make the best of it. Now this one, if I remember correctly, you want to dispatch the dogs quickly as you can. You want to try to get the plunge attack. Looks like you're in a precarious position.
Yes.
Like
this fucking dog.
You have the dog on you, and all right.
I was pinned in a corner with the dog and the Capra demon.
I can see that. So, okay, I've dispatched the dog. And first plunge attack missed. That is typical. Well, that leaves you in a particularly good position to, you know, take the reins and walk me through your impressions. Like you were saying, you're happy with it.
Yeah.
One of the things I like is that they didn't change it fundamentally, so it's the same jank that people know and love.
Yeah, I think it was a funny thing online. A lot of people seem to think that it was wrong that they didn't change anything and like add stuff.
Well, it's one of those things, you can't please everybody, right? Some people want exactly the same.
I think the reason people wanted that is because it's actually quite a lot missing from the game. So they rushed the last couple of areas. So there's a lot of asset reuse. They reused pretty much all the enemies in the last 2 sections of the game. Right. And they're like a bit out of place. Like in Lost Izalith, the main enemies are just the tail end of a dragon, so the bottom of an undead dragon, and there's just loads of them in lava. So I think that's what people expected them to do, just finish a whatever 10-year-old game. And it wouldn't happen. They weren't going to do that.
Oh god, this is bad.
But I mean, it runs a lot better. Everything seems to be very smooth. I mean, we were just saying that it's offered me the option for 144 hertz, but I don't think it is actually running.
Yeah, no, it's just 60, like you said. The animations, right? They
Yeah, but they obviously seem to have fixed all the main things, like the floor problems. When the DS fix,
oh god, would
let you fall through the floor.
I have perished.
You have perished.
Yeah. I didn't know he could jump from there and get you there. That's okay. We'll do this again. Maybe. Oh, I see your sign. So this is another thing. The co-op apparently works really well.
Seamless.
Yeah. So you put your sign down immediately, straight away. The person is in your game. I mean, it takes a while to summon, but you get what I'm saying. Right, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna equip my bow. All right. Okay. Think is it from here?
Yeah, so just shoot his tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's only going to take 200 hours. Because you shoot him once and he throws a tantrum.
That's it.
Oh god. It's actually gonna take forever.
That's right, I'm coming now. Let me.
I think they
I've
changed
got a more powerful bow.
They changed the UI of it as well, because now I can see an option to switch between arrow types.
Yes.
That was positively not there originally.
It definitely wasn't. The other things they've also done is you can multiple souls now. So in the original,
Yes.
you could only use one soul.
Yeah, you can
at a time.
pop several souls.
Yeah.
It's good. Minor quality of life improvements.
Yeah.
I think remaster is perhaps not the right word. I think it's like the patch that everybody deserved and wanted since day one. Basically, because you gotta remember that people that played this on the consoles had like the worst gaming experience of their lives because it was actually unplayable, right?
Yeah, and that was probably before you could roll out a patch as well.
And I realized this is the most boring thing to show on the video, us just hitting the tail of a dragon.
It's pretty boring.
It's pretty boring. But you know, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
About the being able to update on Xbox 360s and how it was.
And the funny story there is that I remember going back to my hometown where I have my PS3. I played Demon Souls again, and it actually ran way better than Dark Souls did in the consoles, in the PS4. So that's kind of insane when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because those guys never got the DS fix, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you look at it that way, if you never got the DS fix, you know, this is actually a huge upgrade. Because you were playing the game in like 720p back then.
And, I mean, it's probably quite a good time to release things like this because Dark Souls 3 did really well. And you've probably got a new group of people coming into it that probably wouldn't want to play the original unless it was a little bit tweaked.
Yeah. And also they outsourced it, right? So they didn't actually devote. So if you were worried that they weren't developing like the next thing because they were doing this, that's not the case. They outsourced all the ports. A different studio did the Switch port, and that one's still gonna take a while to come out. But I can't remember the name of the studio that did the PC one, but they have a good history of doing good ports. And so far, this one is solid. I mean, it's just 60 FPS the entire time, runs well. All right, so I'm thinking we can try to do the gargoyles, as I said, because it's a cool section that we can show in the video. Capra Demon's not too bad, but you need to get a lot of plunge attacks and not get damage every time you do it like I was, so that's okay. I mean, it was the first attempt. There's no shame in needing several attempts for bosses.
Oh, you killed the pig.
Yeah, of course. What do you think I've been doing here, man? Making a picnic or something?
You got quite far.
Well, I killed like the Black Knight and stuff as well. So I've been through all the areas. I just left the bosses because I thought it would be cool to do them with you in the video. Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't done just like a boss run mode where you can just do boss after boss after boss.
Yeah, it would be cool, actually. Kind of like the spear I never used the spear before. Has really good thrust attacks. Very good range. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, I think they're pretty. Do you know what? I don't think this nerfs me in your world.
No. That's something they introduced in the other games. So you're just as strong. You just have less Estus, right?
Oh yeah, I have fucking 2 Estus.
What a player. He parried me. I remember there's an ambush.
A Bereniki Knight as well. Oh, you've killed him.
Oh.
You want to lure him, and then you can just...
This is one of the bosses that you can't really safely run to.
Yeah, this area is fucking dangerous.
Because, so the gargoyles I'm talking about, right? If you die and you want to retry it over and over, you actually have to go through this entire mob every time. Because if you try to rush through, what's gonna happen is that a zombie is gonna block you in this door, and you won't be able to go through. And the way things work here, you can't just push enemies aside. They will literally block you forever.
Yeah.
Even if you kick them, they don't clear enough space for you to pass through, which is a little annoying. I'm of the opinion that you should be able to just rush to a boss. You know what? We're gonna summon Solaire just for lols.
So I didn't realize this, but if you can summon Solaire, and you can summon the other guy that you saved downstairs, and you can pretty much just let them both kill these boss without you doing anything.
I didn't see a summon sign for the other dude.
It's downstairs. Did you? It's down there.
It's okay. Let's just do it like this. This is a cool boss, the gargoyles, because I did an attempt earlier, but I had a base weapon, so I was doing very little damage. Ended up dying. The thing with these bosses is it makes a lot of difference having more damage, because generally what will happen is that you will take some chip damage during the fight at some point, and if you're not doing enough damage, that will just add up to the point where you're gonna die. You can also die if you misplay like I just did, but I think we got him. You just have insane damage at this point. Also, yeah, got completely owned.
That was a ridiculously OP fireball.
Yeah. Some light metal. There it is.
I got 5,000 souls for that.
It's not bad, dude.
It's not bad for like the first boss in the game.
Yeah. This is a cool area. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, if you were expecting a revamp of the game, you know, that's not it. This is not it.
Yeah, it's not.
I think it's a good balance. Again, I think they're coming from, like, they're delivering what people had via community mods.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually a mistake on their side to not have promoted or encouraged the mod community more, because there was a lot of it already and people loved the game, you know, to the point that if the devs would have met them halfway, maybe made some kind of official DS fix release, right? Something like that. Yeah. They were always very difficult with the mod community, because right now I don't know if this game will work with the present mods. For example, I think they might have made it so that it doesn't.
I mean, to be honest, it actually runs better than that. I've seen a couple of comparison videos, and it runs better than DS Fix.
Oh yeah, for sure, because I mean, there's a professional studio that has done many successful ports behind it, so I mean, it's good. I'm happy with it. It's just that, to be honest, I didn't expect much more than what DS Fix already gave us, and it's what we've gotten. So think if you had the correct set of expectations or the reasonable set of expectations, you're gonna be okay with what you get here.
Definitely.
And if you're a big fan, you know, $20, yeah, it's pricey, but at the same time, I'm happy to give it almost as a donation to, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of game for 20.
Yeah. I mean, someone jumping in, like if you've never played Dark Souls, I think this is good. I would always recommend people jumping in onto Dark Souls 3 first, because I think that's just a more polished and more user-friendly experience by far. Because there's still a lot of jank here, isn't there?
Yeah, I don't know. It feels that they've polished a lot of, I mean, the jank the hitboxes seem to be a bit clearer. I haven't had a lot of like what the fuck moments.
Well, there's still a lot of moments where you get stuck somewhere you shouldn't get stuck in the scenery, that kind of thing. So that still happens.
Yeah,
and
I got stuck once, and I just homeward boned out of it.
Well, it's not that you get stuck and you can't get out of it, but in a boss fight, you'll get stuck in scenery, and that will cause you to die. And that to me is something that I've come to expect people to get, you know, to get right in games at this point. So if you're at that level of expectation, it might be very frustrating to die. At least it is for me, because the whole jam in the Souls games is that if you die, it was your fault, right?
Yeah.
And this is still a title that has many times where you will die because something happened with the game engine or
the camera.
The camera, yeah.
I'll tell you another nice little fun fact about that area you're in. When you're going through the Undead Burg and you hear that bell ringing and you're online, that is actually another player online beating the bell gargoyles and ringing the bell.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. There's a lot of little touches in this game that are not in the other games. There's a lot of there's a lot of depth. There's a lot of deeper mechanics. Like, I'm not sure if we talked about it on the on record, but the humanities and the item discovery. There's also a weapon that I think it's the Chaos Flame. So when you have a Chaos weapon, that will scale with your humanity in your top left corner, which increases the damage of the weapon. So there's a lot of more mechanics.
It's quite deep.
Yes.
Modify equipment. Okay, we don't have stuff. So I don't think you can level stuff past +5, right? At this point.
So this comes back again to the depth. You have to ascend the weapon with an ember that you have to find for Andre or whoever to then get to +10.
Right.
Then you have to ascend it again to get to +15. So it's done with embers, and then even the boss soul weapons in this, because I've got one boss soul weapon, doesn't tell you anywhere. You get the boss soul, and then you have to take it to the giant, and you have to have a +10 upgraded X to ascend it to a soul weapon. So you have to have the base weapon that the blacksmith will then turn into the boss weapon, combining it with a soul, rather than just exchanging souls and a boss soul to make a weapon out of magic. So that's a pretty cool mechanic as well, I thought.
Oh, this, I'm just looking at Sen's Fortress. Is that what it's called?
It is what it's called.
Yeah, I think it might be my favorite location, despite it being, you know, a little bit frustrating to traverse. It's really well made.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean about the hitboxes. Even Blighttown and Sen's, you seem to be on the platform a lot better. And the butterfly before Seath. The butterfly bit before Seath.
Yeah. So, what do you want to do? The world is our oyster. Do you want to try Capra Demon again?
Yeah. And my sign's back where it was before, at the bottom of the stairs before Capra Demon.
Well, look, I think we've covered our you know, fundamental thoughts on the game. We'll leave the video here. Thanks for joining me, dude. Let us know down below if you have any thoughts on the game, if you've tried it yourself. And as always, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.